Have you ever been in a situation whereby you're down to your last $1? I mean, like everything you have has totally gone. You don't have food to eat, you don't have money to buy the things you like, you literally cannot do anything anymore. And that's because you have some kind of habits that you need to remove and some habits that you need to add to your life. Now, here are 5 money habits that took me from trenches, took me from being a struggling young 21-year-old boy to a multi-millionaire by the age of 26. The first habit is tracking every single dollar. Now, whenever I tell this to people, especially those people who don't have a lot of money, they've tried to feel like because they're not earning enough, then they do not need to track every single dollar that comes in. You obviously need to do that because that keeps you accountable. Whatever you don't track, you can never ever make progress in it. So you need to know how much comes in, you need to know how much goes out, you need to know what is that particular thing that is eating a lot of your money right now that you don't necessarily need in your life. For me back then, I think in 2024 rather, I had this particular car I bought. It was a Mercedes-Benz, and it was just the maintenance cost was a lot. So because I had a particular journal where I usually write things that I spent a lot of money on, but I just go above like 300,000 naira upward, I just put a small note. I don't overdo it. I noticed that at the end of that particular year, I'd already spent about $4,000 on maintaining that car alone. And the moment I finished that calculation, in the next 12 hours, I sold the car off. That's the importance. And right now, I don't usually spend so much money on cars anymore because I've been able to cut down everything that is unnecessary that's taking money away from me. So tracking every single dollar is not something you do when you have a lot of money. It's an habit you have to cultivate right now. And it's an habit that can see you turn your little bread into big bread over a long period of time. Number 2 is that you have to make sure that you set income goals. Trust me, if you don't have a goal to make $1 million, $2 million, $10 million, $100 million, you're never going to think in that direction, or you're never going to think of solutions that can lead you to that particular goal eventually. It is super important for you to be able to think and say, okay, I want to make 4 million, but how can I make 4 million? Do you have to sell a product of, let's say, 400,000 naira to 10 people? Do you have to sell a product of 50,000 naira to 80 people? How exactly do you want to make that 4 million? That's how to think. You first set the goal, then you reverse engineering the goal to the action and activities that can help you hit that income goal. Now, once you understand this, it's going to be much more easier for you to start hitting all those targets. And like I said, don't go ahead and start setting goals that are unrealistic. If what you're earning right now is, let's say, $500 in a month or even less, don't go and start aiming to hit $50,000 the next month. No, like, I understand that you believe in God and miracles happen and all that, but it doesn't work that way. Trust me, I don't even think God is going to support you if you do stuff like that. So set reasonable goals. Have a percentage increase. You can target 100% increase, target 200% increase, which means that, okay, if you earn $500 now, you want to make 1,000 the next month, you want to make 1,500 the next month, and it gets to some levels whereby 100% increase becomes unrealistic. For instance, Elon Musk is worth 400 billion right now. I know he's not aiming for 100% increase next month because he knows that he cannot hit it in one single month. So that's that one thing you have to do. You need to set realistic income goals, because if you do not set goals, like I told you, if you're not tracking something, you cannot see progress in any way. And that's the reason why a lot of people get depressed, because they are just trying to do things without necessarily starting to understand, where they are at, where they want to be, and what needs to be done for them to get to where they need to be. Now, number 3 is learning a high income skill, or if you already have a skill, upskilling. Now, the amount of money you make is directly proportional to the amount of money you earn, and also directly proportional to the actions you take on the information you get. Because even if you have all the skills and you do not implement that particular skill, there's no way you're going to make a lot of money. So I think what I can call this particular habit is actionable on upskilling, because you're taking action while upskilling the skill that you already have. Because let's assume that somebody who is a graphic designer can make $1,000 in a month, but somebody who has a graphic design agency can make $10,000 in a month, because managing an agency on graphic design and just handling clients' work on graphic design is 2 different things. And it is a different skill for you to manage an agency and for you to just be a regular graphic designer. So if you already have a skill, I'm going to advise you to upskill. This is an habit. So you need to keep on taking courses, taking programs, trying to acquire knowledge, watching videos about a higher level than what you are right now. So for me now, I'm a marketing expert. I'm not up to Elon Musk. I can decide to research on what Elon Musk is doing. You get? So that's exactly one thing you need to do right now. If you don't have any skill, you're even in the worst possible position right now, because you need to start a high income skill so that you can become valuable to people and they can pay you money for the value you give. Now, number 4 is automating your spending or automating your savings. Personally, every single month there are specific things that I know that I must spend on. So that's literally like my threshold, like food, clothing, shelter, transportation, all those kind of things. So I know exactly what I must spend on. I know the amount of money I must make, and that's literally where my income goal starts. Because at the end of the day, if everything is good with you, you can always make progress, you can always eat, you can always, do more, right? So if you've been able to calculate and say, okay, how much do I possibly need in a particular month, that's where your income goal should start from. In fact, you have to double it. Right, you double it. Let's say your income goal is or your living threshold, let me put it there, is like, let me assume $1,000 to $2,000. So you should have a goal of $4,000 so that you can take 50% and save it and run on the remaining 50%. It is super important you know all these things, because I tell people that life is just simply mathematics. The more you can calculate and the more you can perceive your progress over a long term, the more it is that you can see yourself making progress to a very large extent. Number 5 is that spend based on your needs and not your income. To a very large extent, I find it that when most people start to make a little more money than they have been making before, they tend to find needs to occupy or to eat up that little extra that they should be using to grow themselves and grow their business overall. It is super important that you have to understand that, okay, whatever I think is your needs right now, leave it and cap it at that particular level and do not add to your needs. Because when you add to your needs, what happens is that you start to have more needs and it starts to eat up the little income that you are trying to grow. So it's super important that whenever you've started to make money, or you're seeing some kind of money or wherever, you either lower your expenses, lower your needs, so that your income can become bigger, so that you can save a chunk, because it is money that you use to take upon opportunities. If you do not have money, there is no way that you can use to scale a particular business or to use it to take upon other opportunities. So try to spend money according to what you actually need, not what you want, because your needs are different from your wants. When I used to do sales and marketing and I used to teach people about sales, I tell them, okay, sell to people what they want, because people have an emotional attachment to their wants, and that's what I don't want you to be. I don't want you to be emotionally attached to the luxury car you want, or to the beautiful dress you want, or to that latest newest iPhone. No, I don't want that for you. I want you to focus on what you need, your basics, your transportation, your food, your clothing, your shelter, anything outside that, relationships and the rest, take it off and spend only what you need. So those are the 5 habits that literally changed my life and totally changed my life for the better 100%. So let me just give you a recap. Number 1 is that you need to make sure that you track every single dollar. Number 2 is that you need to make sure that you set an income goal. Number 3 is that you need to make sure you learn an actionable high income skill. Number 4, you need to make sure that you automate your spending and your saving as well. And number 5 is that you need to spend according to your needs and not your income, because how you spend small is exactly how you spend big. So I hope you've been able to get value from this video. Remember to drop a like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video.